Hello?
Hi.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Sorry for the bell. Like at at 8 or something, then all the clock in my house like ring.
Yeah. Okay.
It's kind of
So
risky.
yeah. So do you watch, World Cup or?
No, I hate football to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think it's well, I'm gonna use the word that we learned before. I think I find it tedious. Tedious, which means it's boring or like boring until you died. Tedious. Yeah, how about you? Do you like football?
To be honest, I don't have any. I don't. You know, I don't really like any kind of sport.
Mm.
I don't enjoy watching them because yeah.
Yeah, the
Like,
only thing that I enjoy is swimming because it's with the
yeah.
cold water. I like it, but then the other sport is just lame.
Yeah, actually, I kind of I want to join, it's, I kind of want to take part in some kind of some sport or something.
Mm,
But when it comes to watching them,
yeah.
watching other people playing those
Oh,
kind of sport, it kind of boring somehow.
yeah. It's tedious to me. Yeah, nothing. Like I don't feel related or that I don't feel involved enough to like sit still and then watch it. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I have a very bad luck. Like whenever I cheer for anything, then they lose.
That's bad.
You remember last time Vietnam went against the other team, right? The last battle, the last match. Well, they
Yeah.
they lost because of me. I was kind of like cut in the middle and like kind of cheering for them.
Yeah, but that match was close though,
Mm,
and it's kind of you know like um it's we almost win, and there's just only a um
yeah,
minutes,
it's just a
few
tick tack
seconds
of
left.
time. Yeah,
Yeah, it's just in the nick of time, and no, we lose that way. We were we were close, very
yeah,
close. We were going to
yeah,
the penalty. We
yeah,
were going to have a penalty, and then yeah,
yeah. Were you watching that much live back in that day?
yeah, I
Mm,
kind of feel because all of my friends and
mm,
people around me they watch it, so I
yeah,
kind of wanted I wanted to try,
yeah.
and
I think I got stuck in the same situation as you. Like
yeah,
I went to work and then like my building, the workplace of mine is right next to the Nguyễn Huệ Street, and then people close all the street and have like very big screen for everyone to watch together. And then all of my colleagues just went down and like cheering up for the team. So I decided I went with them.
yeah,
Yeah,
because it looked really fun though, and I wanted, and the atmosphere and everything, it kind of it made me want to join with them and cherish the moment.
yeah. It was very exciting. Like all the
Yeah,
crowd, all the people surrounded me. They was very aggressive some way, and then every small move from the footballer, people like read in, read out, and it's very fun and exciting. But
yeah.
I try to focus on the match. I don't understand anything.
Really?
Yeah, and then I just keep asking like, what time is it? Are we about to win? Are we about to close the match? Kind of thing.
Well, actually, like
But
yeah,
then,
Matt, yeah,
but it was
like
very entertaining whenever like the the footballer tried to kick into our goal, and then
yeah,
Bùi Tiến Dũng kind of like catch it all the time, every
yeah,
single time.
yeah, like it was is what like is um you know um I like but to be honest, like even though I'm not a big fan of football, that um that event like make me want to made me want to to um search more about like footballs and things, but
Yeah, that's a good thing, right?
yeah,
Also, it's a
but
good.
like after that I didn't even watch any football match
It's
anymore.
okay, but it's an experience that you can share if you ever got an IELTS speaking task as describe a match that you watch, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, so maybe you can try to do so, and at least now you had an experience.
yeah,
Yeah.
probably, yeah.
So so good job with all the 6 sentences. You make it correctly. You make
Well,
them all correctly.
yeah, and like I was like I intended to like send you the exercise much sooner, but then like kind of like things happened like my there was some problem with the electricity in my house, so like so I couldn't send you it.
Okay, it's okay. So you sent me now, then that's okay. Yeah. Um. So let's dig into again the crab. I just send you another material. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you see it?
Um. Yeah.
Yeah. So can you open it?
Uh-huh.
So this is a very good website if you want to self-learn IELTS buddy in the future. If you ever like think like, oh, I can study by myself now, so you can go to ieltsbuddy.com, and here you can find a lot of modules, lesson and tips, and also sample answer, and then you can take a look at it.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I remember this page. Like I used to I used to um go to this page
Mm-hmm.
before like yeah the writings and here are like really good and yeah
Yeah.
but like
Yeah.
I kind of like I forgot its name so
Yeah. So the thing I like about them is that they present any skill in a very easy way to understand. Yeah.
yeah
Not a very complicated way. Um, so here we can see how to describe a graph. There are an example of all different type of tasks which include line graph, pie chart, table, processes, diagrams, and maps. And then how do I answer an IELTS writing task 1? And then again a sample of line graphs. And you see here, you will see 3 information. Consumption of fast food by Australian teenagers. And here you have 3 types of fast food, right? Pizza, fish and chips, and hamburgers,
uh-huh.
right? So it's not only one line or 2 lines, but it will be 3 lines, right?
Yeah
So here they explain like there are 3 basic things you need to structure an IELTS writing task 1. First, introduce the graph. 2, give an overview. 3, give the detail. Okay? And
uh-huh.
then we can take a look at these in turn. For example, introduce the graph. So you need to begin with one or two sentences that state what the IELTS writing task shows. To do this, paraphrase the title of the graph, making sure you put in time frame if there is one. Yeah. So if there is a period of time, so you have to cover it like from 1977 to 2000. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. So paraphrase the title. So here we have the title. The lie graph compares the fast food consumption of teenagers in Australia between that time and that time. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. So the so you can try to make another paraphrasing. Can you try to make another paraphrasing based on
Um,
the task cái đề á? Yeah. So from
yeah.
the task, the line graph below show changes in the amount and type of fast food consumed by Australian teenagers from 1975 to 2000. What would you change?
So, uh, let's see. So,
So here they begin with a noun, change. Changes in the amount of type of fast food, right? So it's a noun, change, sự thay đổi, right?
yes.
So you can begin with the line graph.
This graph, um, is a line graph, show that the amount and types of fast food consumed by Australian teenagers, um, uh,
From that time to that
has
time.
from um, from 1975 to 2000 changed,
Mm-hmm.
or
Yeah,
like
yeah,
had changed from 1975 to 2000.
yeah, yeah. So you can say exactly like that, putting how. The line graph below show how the
Oh,
amount of type of food or like
change
fast food change
from
from that time to that time. Yeah.
okay,
You need to have the word how là nó đã thay đổi như thế nào. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So continue. So the next things you're gonna do is to give an overview. Okay. So
Yes.
overview is the thing that the trend, the thing that you can see clearly from the graph.
Yeah.
And don't bear any kind of detailed data. You just try to say the overall, what things that happening overallly.
Uh-huh.
So what can you say and what can you tell overall of this graph?
Mm, s- uh, overall, the um the amount over overall the number of fish and chips consume fish and chips decreased
Mm-hmm.
while pizza and hamburgers increased.
Yeah, okay. So you can say that trying to use past continuous. While fish and chip, the consumption of fish and chip was decreasing. Uh,
Uh,
the consumption of pizza and hamburger was increasing. Yeah,
Pissing. Uh-huh.
yeah, from that time to that time. Okay,
Yes.
let's see. Here's another example how you can make the overall or like overview. Overall, the consumption of fish and chip declined over the period, whereas the amount of pizza and hamburgers were eaten increased. Okay, so they kind of paraphrase it. You can say the amount of pizza, the amount of fish and chips consumed, right? On
Yes.
the amount of pizza and hamburger that were eaten. Okay, yeah,
Okay.
so try to change it a little bit.
Yeah.
So then you go for the detail, okay?
Uh-huh.
So you go for the detail. So similarly to task 2, you might also need 2 paragraphs for the detail, for the body. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Um, so let's just read the instruction. You can now give more specific detail in the body paragraphs. When you give the detail in your body paragraphs, you must reference to the data, and then now you have to state the data, right?
Yes.
And the key to organizing your body paragraphs is to group data together where there are patterns. So to do this, you need to know the similarity and differences. So get back to the overall view, right? You can see
Yes.
there is two patterns for sure. One is
Yes.
raising and the other
So
is,
it's decreasing.
yeah, so you can make it that way. So you can have 2 paragraphs. One describe the decrease and one describe the rise. And then while you doing the rising, you compare pizza and hamburger, how they are
Yeah.
rising. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they rise, but at the same time they rose differently, right?
Yes.
Okay. Let's try to do the first paragraph, the fish and chip. Okay, so what happened in 1977 to 1980?
So from 1975 to 1980, there was a decrease in the consumption of fish and chips.
Very good. So how is that decrease? Is it considerable? Is it slight? Is it small decrease?
Um, well, I would say is small decrease.
Okay, so you can say it's a small decrease. There was a small decrease.
Decrease. Yeah.
Yeah. How about from 1980 to 1985?
And then it and
So
then
now you can say and then for the next 5 year, and
for
then
the
for the
next
next 5 year,
5 year, the the consumption of fish and chips slightly increased.
slightly increase. And how much did they increase?
Um, they increased about um uh around like um 15
Mm-hmm.
times.
Yeah.
15 times.
So you can, yeah, 15 times. Very good. And then from 1985 to 2000, what happened?
Um, uh, it from 90 uh from 1985 to 2000 is it decreased
Mm-hmm.
like
How was the decrease?
uh it uh it decreased a lot.
Okay, so it decreased dramatically, right?
Really. Yeah.
Dramatically from like 19 times to up to down to 40, below 40 times, right?
Yeah.
Mm. Okay. And from the beginning, how was the consumption of fish and chip comparing to pizza and hamburger?
Um, in the beginning, the the consumption between um the consumption of fish and chips was way higher than
Mm-hmm.
pizza and hamburgers.
Yeah, okay. Don't use the word way. Way is more like conversational, but this is academic.
Okay,
So
yeah,
you can say much. The
yeah,
consumption of fish and chip by teenager were much more than pizza and hamburger from the beginning. Yeah,
yes,
and then you can say like they account for 10, 10 times 100 times comparing to 0 or nearly 10 times of
yes.
pizza and hamburger. Yeah,
Hmm.
and then you have to say that over the time it drops until it down to below 40 times. Yeah, yeah, okay. Let's moving on to the next paragraph. Yeah.
Okay,
So they were rising, right? But they were
yes.
rising differently. So from the beginning, which one have the more consumption? The
Uh,
amount of pizza or hamburger, which one is more from the beginning?
uh, hamburgers.
Hamburger, okay. And then from 1975 to 1985, what happened?
Um, uh, the the amount of hamburgers and the the amount of hamburgers that were eaten that
Mm-hmm.
was eaten, right, um is rose.
Mm-hmm. It rise was risen, right?
Yeah, it was rising.
From or like
It was
you can say right from to, or you can say right by, right? Remember the preposition we study, yeah.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
uh it was rising by around um 80 times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 80 times. Very good. And how about pizza?
um
Was the consumption rising?
um yes.
But was it dramatically like a hamburger?
No, but it's slowly rising. It was
Slowly
slowly.
rising, but then it didn't stop in
Yes.
1985, right? It's continued to rise, right?
Yeah.
How about hamburger? From 1985, was it rising dramatically or considerably, or it started to slow down?
It started to slow down.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
And then there were a
uh,
stable period, right?
period. Yeah.
Yeah, so it remained stable from 1995 to
Like,
2000. And then similar to that is pizza, right? From
yeah.
1995 and 2000.
It's also remained steady.
Yeah, and at the end of 2000, which consumption is the highest?
And then in the 2000s, um, hamburgers had the highest
Mm.
consumption.
Yeah, so hamburger were the highest food consumption. by teenager,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's how you kind of like structure the paragraph. Um, do you have any doubt why here there is no conclusion? Why it's only introduce the graph, give an overview, give the detail?
Because I think this because like in task one we supposed to like introduce what is like what the task are ask us like not we like present our own ideas and
Yeah.
so
Okay. So here's the deal. The overview is actually served as a conclusion if you want. So
oh
you can either introduce the graph, give the detail, and give an overview. But this is more a suggestion for writing because if you write the overview at the beginning, then you don't forget. If you rush it with
oh
time, you already have the conclusion, you already have an overview, okay?
so this is like kind of like a tips or like
It's a
in like
strategy for
yeah
like time management. Like you got
oh
everything in the beginning and then you just finish it off.
yeah
Yeah. But if you try to make it like in a normal way, you can do introduction, detail, and then overview, like to conclude about the graph. Yeah. But then what if you run out of time? Then you will lose the mark because you didn't have the conclusion or the overview.
yeah I like the conclusion like has like like is mm, it has like lots of like well it's really important right like
Yeah. And for example, if you finish it off and you kind of stay like at the end of 2000, the highest consumption of food is a hamburger, then that's also a conclusion. Yeah. Okay. So it's a small conclusion already.
yeah
Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm gonna give you 15 minutes to write down the whole essay. Is that okay? For
yeah
150 words, because you only have 20 minutes to do the task. And imagine in the test you have like 5 minutes to see the patterns, analyze the data before like writing it down, right? So I'm gonna give you only 15 minutes to finish the to 150 words for this task. Okay?
okay
So we already talked, so it might be easier for you. So just do the introduce, overview, and give the detail by 2 paragraphs. Yeah.
okay
So your 15 minutes started now. Okay.
okay
You can type on the Skype.
yes